great to be here. Two of you did a phenomenal job, really. I get to see you all over the country. That's great. Kind of fun to be here. When I was younger, a long time ago, and I was building one of my first companies called Sun Air of America, I would remember having to come to Kansas City. And I'd never been to Kansas City, and so I'm just thinking, this is good Midwest country, town. And come here, and I just happened to land, had no idea that Kansas City goes cuckoo on March 17th, okay? And I had no idea. I thought I was just going to go waste my St. Patty's Day in Kansas City, okay? And you know what goes on here in Kansas City on St. Patty's Day. You guys are crazy fun. And so I enjoyed my first day in Kansas City way back when. But great job, and what I want to do is kind of just share with you some little, this is about new people here. And quite honestly, you can't really be an old person here. If you start the day with lunch, you're not even 2 years old in this company. So everybody here's a baby, okay? But for a new person, if I'm in a new person's shoes, I want to, when I'm looking at something, we're asking you to do something that's very important, and is give up some of your time, and really give up some of your reputation to a certain degree. And I would want to make sure that is something that this company is worthy of. That's exactly what I'm here to do, is try and make you understand why, we believe we're a great company. Actually, we know we're a great company, and a lot of people around us are recognizing that, but you might not know that yet. So that's what I'm going to try and do here. Some years ago, when this was brought to us, I sat in a boardroom with about 5 attorneys and a bunch of scientists. And they laid out over 5 hours what had been going on with biotechnology research and how they accidentally bumped into this in 2001. And then they spent, the next 9 years basically doing all the things they had to do to prove it out, and realized they had actually, without trying to, bumped into a breakthrough anti-aging product. And I remember sitting there that day, not understanding pretty much 80% of what they're telling me, because they're talking a language I really didn't understand. But for the next year, we did a lot of work together, getting to know each other. We finally made a decision to form this great company and create the partnership. And then we spent the next year building out the company. And we launched the company. And the thing that I like the most about how we launched the company, we launched it what I call organically. What I mean by that is a lot of times people launch companies with grand openings and pre-launches, and they launch on perception. And what you're hoping is that the reality turns into perception. And the sad thing is many times the perception, the company never gets to that point. Well, we launched organically. We just rolled it out the door and just let it be what it is. And things started to happen. Customers started to show up. Brand partners started to show up. Success started to happen. And all of a sudden, organically, it started to really take off. And then first year, all of a sudden, we became the fastest growing company in the history of the direct sales industry. Now, this is a 150-year-old industry. This industry is like many multi-billion-dollar companies. It's a huge industry all over the globe. And all of a sudden, we're sitting in a award banquet about 6 weeks ago, where the event that we was talking about, there was 500 of the top executives in the direct sales industry in a gala event, and we get recognized as the first company to ever go from startup to the top 100 companies. Now, there's tens of thousands of companies, okay, in the direct sales industry. We're a startup to the top 100. That means you're the top of the top of the top 1/10 of 1%. And we did that in just 1 year. And so, that's pretty neat for that to happen. And also that same night, we got the Bravo Award for those Outstanding Company of the Year. So that's pretty neat to happen to a company that just years earlier organically just came out the door. And the point I'm trying to get across is it happened naturally. It happened because it was right. It happened because it was real. And so with that, we've had a lot of recognition. But the really neatest thing about it is if you look at all the other companies in the top 100, and if you look at the companies that kind of say 10 companies before us and 10 companies after us in that ranking, and already the growth rate we're at right now will be the top 50 next year. We didn't stop at 100. We're just moving, okay? And so the thing is if you look at the companies around us in 2012 and you study them, what you'll find is on average those companies are about 15 to 18 years old. So that's pretty cool. We're 1 year old. On average, if you add up all those companies' years, divide by the number of companies, they're about 15 to 18 years old. If you look at them all, they're in about 10 countries, 10 or 15 countries. We're in one country. If you look at them all, over the last decade they've been in business, they've created a product line. They have a product line. We have one product. So you start looking out in the future, think about it. One product, one country, 1 year old, and we're as big as the best of the best, who are 15 years old, 10 to 15 countries, a product line. So you can only imagine what we're going to look like as we evolve to a company that's older, a company that has a bigger territory, and a company that has a product line. So, kind of see what we've done at this point in time, but more importantly, it's really amazing where this company can go. So, how does this happen and why is it happening? First of all, we're really blessed because we're in what I call a world-class space. If you were starting a company from the ground up, if you're just designing a company, and you understood this industry, you would pick the space of beauty. The 9 of the top 10 companies in this industry come out of the space of beauty. Now think about it. When you go to a department store, when you walk in, what's the first thing you see? It's beauty, right? Every single time. That's called a clue, okay? That means that that's there because people love to spend money there. It's just a very, not to say a place that's just very ripe. And it's going to be that way the rest of your life. The day you were born, the first thing you see walking in the department store was beauty. Your last day on this earth, the first thing you'll see on the department store is beauty. That's called a clue, okay? And so here's what I'll tell you. In Kansas City, but all throughout the United States, and really all throughout the world, if you walk into a department store, and I've done a lot of this, sit and watch. If you walk into a department store, you sit there and watch what goes on that day, which you'll see in every department store, and there's thousands of them, every single day. On average, about 50 to 100 people will walk in. This happens every single day. They'll walk in and buy a product that's way, 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 way more expensive than this product. It does way, way, way less than what this product does. People, that's a dream come true. When there's a right market, and you can walk into a market that's not going away, you walk in with something that's way better and costs less, you got an opportunity. And that goes on every single day, and it's never going to change. So we're in a world-class space with a world-class product. And so when you come in a space like that and bring a product like this, your chances of success are pretty, on top. So how does this happen? First of all, this product, which you understand, we really stand behind our product. These clinicals, they stand up. I mean, we put them right out front to be investigated by anybody. One thing I've learned since I've been in the skincare industry, most clinicals are pretty much, they're not even worth the paper they're written on, quite honestly. They're very, very subjective. A doctor observed this. The patients felt this. It's all very subjective. This is hard data. You understand this is a biotechnology research. It works with people like MD Anderson. It works with people like Duke University, Johns Hopkins, very major research institutes. Dr. Newman, the head of research for MD Anderson for 24 years, sits on our advisory board. Go look at the advisory board of medical people behind biotechnology. These are scientists, okay? They're not going to do a clinical where a doctor observed or a patient felt. It's got to be hard, quantifiable data. So this data they did, this machine, it's an amazing machine. It's never been used in skincare. It literally takes your face, it scans into the face, it triangulates everything, counts every line of your face by pixel, length, width, and depth, every pore, every single part, comes back, retriangulates the face to the exact same spot, takes the same picture, tells you exactly what the lines in that face and pores in that face did, by pixel, exactly. So that data is hard data. It was not done by us, it was done independently, observed by a doctor who's a board-certified Harvard plastic surgeon, one of the best known skin people in the world, whose third party came in and observed the clinical. The data is beyond approach. So with that, you can feel comfortable in the clinical. But the thing that got me excited, we saw the clinicals, we knew we had something that was just off the charts. We had something that was breakthrough. They knew that actually back in 2001. They just spent the next 8 years doing what scientists do. They're nerds. They research, they test, do all these crazy things, okay? But the crazy thing about this, we rolled this company out, like I said, organically. And all of a sudden, about 2, 3, 4 weeks in, pictures start showing up. And people start sending us pictures. People start taking out their smartphone, taking a picture of themselves, and a week or 2 weeks later, taking pictures of themselves again and send it to us. Now understand, we didn't start this company by asking people to take pictures. That wasn't part of our model. But the pictures kept rolling in and rolling in and rolling in. And so we had a meeting one day. And this wasn't, we didn't make that decision on that day. It took us about 2 weeks to make this decision. We met over and over and talked about it. But we were overwhelmed by the pictures, and we realized that the pictures did the talking. The clinicals are there, you had the hard data, but this was real people taking real pictures, okay? You notice those pictures are not doctored. Those pictures, the lighting looks different, everything looks different. These are just real people taking their picture. What we realized is that the pictures talk more than anything else. So we had a meeting one day, we made a decision that when we send our product to somebody, when they open up that box, there's going to be a flyer there that says, stop, don't move, don't you dare put this product on your face unless you take a picture of your face. Now, if people think about this, that's called a bet the company decision. We're betting the company on the product. When you walk into a department store, you think there's one department store, one product, where you walk up and you say, I want to get that product. No, 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 no. We must take a picture of your face. So we take another picture in 2, 3, or 4 weeks to document that the product works. Why would they do that? Because it would put them out of business. We bet the company on the product. Think about it. We asked everybody to take a picture. If the product didn't work, and they took a picture later, and it wasn't there, would we be in business? What would destroy most companies exploded our company. We thrived because of it. So the product won. So when you can bet the company on a product, I got to take a picture. That's an amazing statement. There's no question about the product. On top of that, we put a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like the product, great. No product's for everybody. There might be something about it you don't like, but get that. We want everybody to be happy. So if you try it for 30 days,